There are concerns that former British soldiers and police officers could be unfairly targeted under new plans to investigate unsolved killings from the Troubles in Northern Ireland. The government is creating a new body to carry out historical investigations, but critics say it could lead to former military personnel being dragged through the courts unnecessarily. Here's our Ireland correspondent, Emma Vardy.
From the darkest days of the conflict in Northern Ireland, there is much that remains unresolved. When British soldiers fired shots at a civil rights march in 1972,
the first body I saw was that of a youth.
13 unarmed protesters were killed in what came to be known as Bloody Sunday. John Kelly's brother was one of them.
As far as I'm concerned, this soldier should be prosecuted, and every soldier who killed people on Bloody Sunday must be prosecuted because it was pure blatant murder.
There are more than 1,000 unsolved killings from the period known as the Troubles, for which there have never been any prosecutions. The government now plans to set up an independent organisation to investigate these. But some Conservative MPs strongly object to the idea that former soldiers, now elderly veterans, could be pursued over cases dating back nearly 40 or 50 years.
This process cannot go on indeterminately for our veterans. It's pretty simple, really. They were there doing the government's bidding, and the government should look after them.
A controversial proposal to prevent the prosecution of veterans for offences connected to the Troubles now appears to have been dropped. The BBC understands several ministers, including the Defence Secretary Gavin Williamson, have said the new proposals are unacceptable. The concern that there's too much emphasis on investigating former soldiers and not enough scrutiny of paramilitaries.
The status quo that we see at the moment sees a disproportionate emphasis on the actions of the military and law enforcement during the Troubles.
But the Police Service of Northern Ireland has previously provided figures which appear to disprove any claims of military veterans being unfairly targeted. Investigating unsolved killings is an important part of the peace process. Many families who lost loved ones will not give up their campaign for justice. Emma Vardy, BBC News, Belfast.